something. Or maybe it's a glitched aim. Because she hasn't seen the fucking CPS folders, files, or whatever they did, send them to her. Because they knew that they were fucking lying. Because, dude, they fucking called the people on the ground and they didn't. They didn't say what they didn't say. They just said, I don't know, I just read it. Or they said, I didn't call back, I never said that. Or somebody else must have called from my CPS office or whatever. Because the CPS office, they call whatever, it's because they got a phone call. So it doesn't make sense. It's like they got a phone call from home. You call the person they got a phone call from, they didn't fucking call them. That's what I'm fucking saying. Besides Anthony and CSV. Just because if your points are lined up, you can call from up here downwards, and if you're misinterpreting what you're saying, or people are trying to set people up, which is what they've been doing, it's just, I can't explain it to you. It's just fucked up. The whole point was they were trying to get Anthony C.S. arrested up here, and his fucking boss, or whoever's on his head, person up there, the game controller, because they can't live their normal lives in here. All they have to do is stick up for Tiffany on the ground, and them at the same time, because it's them on the other side and me. And then all they do is just blame Tiffany underneath here. They're like, well, it wasn't me, it was Tiffany, because I see Tiffany sitting there all the time doing nothing, so she's the one that's fault for it. Excuse me, you guys did this to me, why can't you guys just fucking admit it? The one with the fucking drone sent me the bodies. Whether he remembers doing it or not is not the fucking point. I don't know if he was on 180th in the storage unit area doing it on the ground or if he did it from up here, but that's the direction I was facing. And somebody, like Bo or LaShawn or Anton or somebody knew about the game. Maybe it was Mary or Mandy or somebody different. Maybe it was Katrina or AK. Stood in my body while you guys sent me those bodies. And I did not know what was going on because I can't read your mind. People in here can. I wasn't even friends with you guys. It's just fucked up. I did stick up for them. They didn't stick up for Tiffany on the ground. They stuck up for this one who was fucking Sarah / Jessica Pace or whoever the fuck it was. They have it like that in Oregon too, man. Because this motherfucker keeps it like that. Because he wins no matter what. But especially because I'm over here in Vancouver, Washington, so he can play both sides of the bridge because Vancouver, Washington does not have the same fucking rules that they have over there. You're not allowed to pay for it. You're not allowed to pay it. Leave him alone. I didn't do that. That's my family members getting mad at me for even talking about it. Well, what? Did you give me my money yet? No? Okay, then why are you getting mad at me? I'm not mad at him, I'm mad at him. Or something, I don't know, dude. Because I can't see what they're looking at. What they're looking at is not true. It looks like they're turning people in for stuff they didn't do, dude. And it's like, what it is, they're trying to turn people in to get all these fucking bad guys off TV. And at the end of it, they're supposed to save the people that know about the game. And get them, you know, whatever. Because there's enough money up here to pay for good lawyers or whatever. But in the process, it looks. I have a Yui helmet on, mixed with a narc helmet, mixed with a paid informant helmet up here. And they did too pull my daughter in here. Because up here, I know what I'm saying. I'm not Katrina. Because they literally, virtually up here moved a case about being about a different girl and her daughter to being about Tiffany and her daughter. And it was never that the mom hurt the kid at all. It was that a kid did. But the person up here, because we're switch swapped, dude, I can't explain it to you, dude. It's just fucked up. It's just fucked up. Well, I'm sitting here trying not to talk to Anthony Ciaz or whatever for the last 2.5 years. It wasn't that he hurt my kids or nothing. He wasn't around my kids. My kids are fine. I mean, my son's not. He's on drugs. He wants to get off drugs, but that's not the fuck point. My daughter is safe and happy where she lives. She does not know nothing about nothing. She doesn't know that I ever did drugs. She doesn't know that I've had a traumatized life, except for she saw the one video that I sent about the molester still alive or whatever that is, because they killed a bunch of people trying to kill AK, but instead it killed everybody else, like my lawyer and my fucking best friend Buck Harris. And other people too, and if they're not dead yet, they're probably gonna die in the future, and it's just fucked up. Because up here, the way they burn skin-coated people is, because they never sent anybody bodies to their eyes before. They never scanned them in virtually on the ground. They did it up here, or whatever, and then they mixed it in this side, the UE side with the helmet. That's what I'm saying. It's illegal here in the United States. This program that I got permission from Germany to further develop is illegal in the United States. Like 90% of the fucking way. And I got permission from Germany to further develop it because they didn't want to be my face anymore. It wasn't talking through my mouth, and that was way before any of this other fucking supposed whatever these reports are. Okay, I filed a report. I fucking filed 15 IC3s. I asked them to get whatever records they have on me, or the hearsay records, or why they sent Israel over here, or whatever. Like, what is it that you think you know about me, or that I need help with, or whatever? Because I have no idea. I'm just going off of what these people are saying. And on this side, there's a whole child abuse situation over here. On this side, there's another child abuse situation over here. There's another child abuse situation over here. There's this beautiful little fake land above fucking Tony's house and above Rachel's house and above Lonna's house where everybody's perfect and everybody's happy, but Tiffany's not in here. You're fake because she's on a chain. So she can't even be up here fake for the fucking the entity people who look down there and be like, oh yeah, that's a great one. We should bless her. All they see is the fucking evil fucking people who set me up over here and they want nothing to do with it. And it's just so fucked up. Because it's illegal. It's illegal, dude. You can't just fucking leave her down here like that. I can't just get them disconnected, man. It's so fucked up. I'm not you. I'm not them. Like, and they're all, oh yeah, she's schizophrenic, or oh yeah, she's this, or oh yeah, they're that. But in Washington State, like, they're not even thinking about it, what it is over here. And then the M, or whatever this is, the And I'm not the only one that was set up for this shit, dude. My friends were too, and but they go, they go case by case by case by case, okay, and they use profiles of people on the ground to survive in here or whatever. So it's like it's not even really like they used all my good friends in Washington State to stick up for themselves. And they pretended like I was in here, but I wasn't in here. The bad guys had a different fucking bitch in here in my body or whatever with my name on, who did drugs all the time, who did not choose my kids in here to be a mom to, and all the UE, but the UE didn't know that. That's what I'm saying. They didn't know that because there was like girls in my body that wasn't saying nothing because he was getting paid for it, dude. It's just fucked up. Because while I'm sitting here waiting to be able to be a better mom, this is 2.5 years. I'm sitting here waiting to be able to be a better mom. I got off drugs 2.5 years ago to get the fuck away from AK, alright? That's Anthony Cias and this fucking program that was in Portland. And it wasn't supposed to cross the bridge then. And it didn't the first time because I heard them get disconnected or whatever. But now it's here. It followed me here after they fucking sent me over there and put their bodies to my fucking face and scanned them in off me. And like I took the pills and I started feeling like I was dying, dude. Like I started feeling like I was dying. I was afraid I'm gonna get disconnected from the people, the good ones who stick up for Tiffany on the ground. But I don't even know if they stick up for me up there at the top or not. Because half the people that sit in my body, they're me, or they're with me, and they know for a fact my situation. But as soon as they leave my body, they're sitting in someone else's body, and their brains have coded to their computer, and they don't know. They can't send messages up about Tiffany because it sends them out through him, and he won't stick up for Tiffany because he's sticking up for himself eating my money. Or whatever it is or isn't, because we can't get over there because of the Chris Hatch, whatever this is. Like, there's a good syndicate side where it's like see through people and good Samaritans, and maybe even it's the FBI, I'm not sure. With some CPS people and what else? Narcolepsy judges up here and then it goes, it's law people. And then yeah, like Emily, she doesn't know it, but the fucking lady upstairs, she was reading my fucking mind and shit. But it wasn't her on the ground hearing my thoughts and shit, dude. It was a version of her up here, like a good Samaritan version or whatever, when they were investigating somebody else. Name aka Anthony Cias or whatever it wasn't, or being a narc or something, and like she would bang on the floor when I would start writing AK because Anthony Zia is back then. I mean, this was 2.5 years ago. The whole fucking 3 years that I sat there at that apartment on the bed. Okay, LaShawn paid for my first month's rent there, and I gave him my phone number, and he stole my phone, and somehow or another, he stole my profile as a human being who's never been in trouble. He put me in here. This stupid fucking thing because I guess I was already in here through my eyes because AK was already watching through my eyes on a computer to spy on me or something, or maybe it was just through the phone, I don't know, but anyway. And like, because they've all been in trouble before, and I haven't, even Katrina's neighbor, his sister, has been in trouble before. Like, that's what I'm saying, like, I was. I wasn't from the meth life. I wasn't from Portland. I was from Vancouver, Washington, 2019. Sal and I broke up, and like I was calm not married for that long. My mom lived there, and I kind of I knew it was a perfect family because my baby boy wasn't there. He ran away when he was 15 because we were too strict, but still. Like, I had my daughter all the time, and she was my fucking world and shit, and like, we split up, and he went with Tony, because, I mean, it's just time to break up. He went with Tony, but he moved in with his girlfriend, and I was a stay-at-home mom, you know what I'm saying? And I had been extremely depressed or whatever because my dad died, so I wasn't super close to my good friends or nothing. You know what I mean? And my mom were homeless. So we lived out of our cars, and cause I don't want to be a burden to people, and I didn't mind it. And then I met this other homeless kid from Salem, and I went down there, and we stayed, at his uncle's or wherever, and it just, it's where I met meth, and it just went out the window from there, and then I met AK, and then he sees and them, and it's just one traumatizing story after the other, after the other, after that, and they put me in the system, and then I'm literally just sitting on my bed on my Cora Street apartment every single day, just staring at piles of clothes. Like, I just hated my life, surrounded by all these two-faced people, and it's just fucking. My best friend wouldn't let me date nobody. Like, he was a jealous psychopath, and like, he would pop my tires, he'd keep my car, he'd steal my shit, he'd break my phone. Like, I had no control over my life, and I couldn't fucking tell anybody because I didn't have any real friends to fucking tell. It's just. It's just so fucked up. Because if I would say anything, if I would talk shit at all, they would appear, they would fuck me off. They would just make it worse for me. I can't explain it. It's just what they do. They'll make him more mad at you, or they'll make him steal your keys and talk shit to you, or whatever it is that he does up here. Or maybe it was somebody else in my body, and just, make it reminding me that I'm better than that, just to not say nothing. But anyway, the point is I finally had enough. I gave up all of it when one day I just went to my daughter's house, and it's like I'm looking at her, I'm like, dude, she's 10 and a half. Dude, she was 7 when we broke up. I barely see my baby girl. Like, this is so fucked up. It wasn't just because of meth, dude. It's because they're in my head and I lull out. So I'll just sit here like this and don't realize that someone else is in my head thinking for them in the pain and pharmacy or the narcolepsy or whatever it is or isn't program. And I mean, now I'm interactive, but before I wasn't because they didn't do it through my eyes like that. They didn't pull me up there through my eyes. So I've been interactive with them for 2.5 years, but most of them won't even admit it because they can't admit it because it's against the law. It's from Germany. This program is illegal, dude. It's killing people, and it's just so fucked up because they're just like, I don't know. I guess we'll just help Rachel or Tana or anybody else but Tiffany because it doesn't make sense because when they look down here, they don't see Tiffany sitting here on the bed. They see him or they see them or they see these other fucking pieces of shit that are all lying on Tiffany Brownie's name because if they stay connected to it doesn't matter how you work it because no matter what, the bad guy is gonna win. The bad guy's gonna win, and it makes it look like they're like, oh, we're just gonna stick up for the UE people. Well, the UE people are a separate measurement of unit. Okay, they get a beautiful life up here, la la la, but that does not help the people on the ground when they're being told they can't help Tiffany on the ground because it's gonna help him. Because any money that I have on the ground, if I get money on the ground, so will he up here, and he's the bad guy. And it's like, it's just illegal. But I'm like, dude, the bad guy has Rachel and Tana's money too up here. So what the fuck are you talking about? All he did was copy it over to his fucking unit. Like, it's just, I can't even explain how fucking illegal this is, man. Hillshire Drive, somewhere over there, with somebody named Amy's dad, I think. And it was LaShawn's friend, and she was some cookie cutter cunt. He might have been a book author, I'm not sure, but or maybe it was Tara's dad. One of them had friends in law enforcement, or maybe it was the cop that pulled over AK, that whatever, whoever his DEA judge or was, or whatever it was or wasn't. But anyway, I heard that she died in real life, or whoever she was in here, because like a profile, so they ping off that person on the ground. They have no idea that they're in here, right? For the game, but most people don't know about profiles. Most people don't know about nothing unless you've been like Trista or AK or whatever. These people are used to stealing identities. These people are used to that kind of shit. Like, they know about this life. I didn't. I've had to learn everything on my own. I thought profiles were for FBI people. Like, that's what I mean. Like, Cheryl, the sweet one or whatever, that saved my life or whatever, she was like, I'm telling you, Brownie, I'm telling you, Brownie, because somebody got fucking. We were over, I ran after we went over to Germany to get permission to fucking get these people off us anyways. And, somebody got I can't explain it. Somebody who was gay. Some guy was gay, and like whatever it looked like was super inappropriate for Iran, and they put him in the electric chair up here, and it killed a bunch of people because it's on FBI frequency, or a North frequency, or some kind of frequency where I don't even know if people died on the ground. But anyway, just brain burnt them, or whatever it is. Where you get a blood clot in your brain, blue car. Or they steal your identity. I mean, they steal your life force. And that was from them making me do arm dances, so I get exhausted all the time. If they drink too much up here, like, I'll look in the mirror and I'll have red eyelids, and I'm attached to people on the ground, like my brother and like my son, who do Blue's Clues too sometimes, and it's really, really bad for my liver and these livers up here. And it's like I've asked the FBI a bunch of times to disconnect these dudes and let me stay connected to the women, but they're like, oh, she has STD. She's not allowed to be connected. I'm all, bitch, I'm already connected. What are you talking about? And why the fuck are you having some dude on my daughter's head to stick up for you and say, oh, this happened, that happened? Because these bitches over here are like part them and part them. And then the people above know the truth, I think, but I'm not even sure anymore because they're not allowed to talk to the FBI. Only the fucking guys are because this was a guys program, they said. And it's just dumb. It's like,
their answer is to just sum it up to Tiffany's schizophrenic or Tiffany's multiple personality disorder. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm a billionaire. So when you think about it like that, at least up here, when they're billionaires up here, dude, you can do whatever you want up here. And it's this alternate reality that's not supposed to exist unless you're a paid informant, a narc, or judge, or FBI. And I have literal profiles of friends and enemies and all kinds of shit up here that love me and hate me. Do they know on the ground they're up here? No. They don't. No, they're up here. They don't know why their kid died. They don't know why their uncle died. They don't know why their lawyer friend dad died. They don't know nothing. Only I do. And it's gonna keep happening until fucking somebody from the fucking good guys side. I guess Cynthia and Aubrey. Aubrey from FBI Portland. I mean Vancouver. And Cynthia, or what's her name? Cynthia from Secret Service to man up here with Cheryl, Becca, Stella, Katie, and Celeste. And Celeste worked in Minnesota. I think she was paid for me, I'm not sure. Cheryl was FBI Arizona that was overseeing LaShawn, Minnesota, and Columbia in Arizona. She's the one that came over here to be like, what the fuck did you guys do? But they didn't even know I was in Portland because they couldn't tell where we're at on the ground. They only assumed they're at up here. But anyway, and the two see-through people came down like looked right at me. People don't believe that I seen that either, but they were fucking FBI from Arizona. Or maybe it's just literally the upper echelon people. When I see them, they look like water, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, it was 2.5 years ago after they did it. And after they sent me the bodies, they kept saying me, the optical illusion, optical illusion. So they'd sit here and make me have my eyes stay open, and my eyes were like water and burned. And they were sending me permissions for FBI permissions or whatever it was. They were sending these people more bodies or something. I'm not even sure what it was because I'm not in there, but whatever it was super illegal. And then they shed some skin, which is basically shedding your fucking PO officer or whatever from the ones that were in trouble. And so 3 of them got to do whatever they wanted in here. But the thing is that they still had a marker that matched me or somebody else. And I don't know if they were the ones doing porn or if they were the ones telling on people. But anyway, however it was, it got fucking fucked up because they're looking through the wrong people's eyes at the wrong situation. And it's like, I can't even tell you how fucked up it is because, like I said before, okay, it's so annoying because I want to bring that up, but just to put this in any scenario, okay? Let's say beating your kids, okay? So let's just say I beat the fuck out of my brother Robbie, right? I beat his ass, right? Okay, so the UE people are looking through my eyes. Only one of them can see through my eyes, and only if I mean they can see through my eyes, but they see it somebody else. They don't see Tiffany in the mirror. They see someone else unless I tell them to do a split screen. So you do a split screen, and then, oh, okay, so I see Tiffany, and now I see who else I was looking at before. But most people don't know to do a split screen, okay? So if I'm beating my brother's ass right now, up here, they're seeing who's on my brother's head getting beat. And I don't even know if they think Tiffany's beating his ass or whoever body they're in up here is beating his ass. But anyway, and then if they do have a split screen, they can see through my eyes at who I'm beating up in real life and who's getting beat up in his body up here. But like, yeah, so like when the guy was in my body the other day, like I said, when he's in here, my body down here, and I was like irritated at my mom, he's like, fuck you, to the bitch on my mom's head, which I don't even know if it was a girl, might have been a guy. Imagine doing investigations like that in any way possible. Like, you know what I'm saying? If a mom is with her daughter and or no, say a mom is with her, I don't know, trying to figure out how to fix that. If a mom is with her daughter in real life, or no, somehow the daughter's up here, right? Because sometimes they'll put, I don't know how it works, but they'll put the kid on the parent's head, or that maybe that's just how this works up here, or maybe it's an accident that happens. But anyways, like, okay, so say I'm sitting here next to Saray, right? And somebody else gets in a fight on the ground, right? Some dude that I'm attached to gets in a fight with some other dude, right? In some forms of the word, it can look like I'm beating up my kid when it's 2 dudes in a fight because of how our brains are connected. So this lady can be sitting in this guy's body looking out of my eyes, seeing me and my daughter, thinking up here that because I'm on someone else's head and so is my daughter or whatever, Somehow that how that works, and it looks like my daughter's getting beat up by her mom. Or I mean, there's just so many. It's hard to explain, but anyways, it's the same thing, like the Will Smith thing. He was accused of incest, okay, out loud, and that they said that was our fault too. And it all has to do because with this program, it was illegal in the United States. The what they've been doing, it's not just about looking through people's eyes. It's about the homing beacon thing. It's about your mile marker. It's like whatever it is that attaches to your brain scan pattern or whatever that says you are who you are. To split it with two other people is illegal. It's one thing to have a friend of yours working with you as a partner to rat on people or tell on people, or an FBI agent have an FBI partner where they switch or whatever so they can talk back to each other up here or whatever. It goes through and it's managed. But up here above Tiffany, it's not. It's all the way up. It gets so crosshatched so that nobody can actually get in trouble except the person on the ground. Blaming the person on the ground. And guess who's the person on the ground? Tiffany is, and so is this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. And it's basically all the people that know about the game. But they're friends with the game controller, so they don't ever get fucking problems happening to them, I don't think, but I don't know. That's what I'm saying. So whatever AK had in his past, Anthony Ciaz that I didn't know about till later, he had a following. So he's sitting here. He's a slut, right? So he sleeps with anybody he can on the streets of Portland or wherever he is in Arizona. He's just a dirty hound dog, right? He ain't supposed to sleep with moms, with kids. He's not supposed to sleep with moms with kids because apparently, because how he's connected, all the moms and the kids are all connected up here, and it can look inappropriate to the UE. So the UE can think that if a kid's having sex with this mom, they think that her kids can see it up here. And they do see it up here when they're up here, like Bella and her other Pachenko son or whatever. They were up here and they did hear about their mom having sex with somebody over here. But they don't know that on the ground. They know it up here. And they have to like erase their memory up here or whatever. And it's just stupid because it's just dumb. Like, I mean, when I asked these people to be my partner, my dating group, my whatever, like I thought for sure they knew what the fuck was going on and that it's illegal as fuck, but I guess they didn't. Either that or they're just pretending I don't exist and they know for a fact that I'm right. Either that or they believe this punk ass motherfucker up here who's been getting my money to set me up. Because he gets money to set me up every day, every day, every day, every day. But it's not even Tiffany that he's trying to set up necessarily. It was somebody else. The thing is that everything AK did on the ground, he blamed Tiffany because he had Tiffany's name on, because he's one of the things, he's one of the people that they put through her fucking face. But the person that was in AK's body was not AK. It was some white dude that wanted to use AK for porn, had no idea that he had a CPS following because he's a black guy and he's a slut and la la la. And it's just like, no matter how you fucking look at it, it's fucked the fuck up. Amy Young knows a lot of shit. Like, you can't call her on the ground, but, you know, you could talk to her and hear FBI or DEA or whatever. Like, she knows way more than anybody. And I think it's because she reads his emails or something. And she was the one that back then, she's like, don't worry, Tiff. She's like, I know you hear the voices. Don't listen to them. You're a good person, babe. You're a good person, babe. She's like, I think AK has demons. I'm like, oh, really? Why? She's like, I think he might have killed his mom, overdosed her on heroin for some reason, on accident. And I was like, oh. And then someone else tells me that he did it on purpose. I'm like, dude, how can you guys just tell somebody that? You can't just put subliminal thoughts into people's heads about other people who aren't in there to see what it is you're looking at. But boy, oh boy, don't they do it up here. Because they can fucking sit here and watch one MOV, which is where they take like a brain, or whatever it is. It looks like a synapse shot, right? But it's not. It's something they do in virtual reality. And I've seen them take my picture. I'm like, bitch, do not take my fucking picture. I am not the one in there doing porn or whatever. But I don't even know if they're taking Tiffany's facial expression code picture down here, or if they're taking a picture virtually, because your virtual world comes down around me and you're taking a picture of the person on my head. But chances are, all those 3-second MOVs, these reels or whatever, they ain't fucking right because the 3 people shed their skin, and I'm brainstem split with 3 other people or 4 other people. So anything that one of these people does can look like it's any one of us. Plus, it can also look like it's the UE members who were watching all 3 of us or whatever. So they thought Tiffany got raped and was listening to her up here because they were all talking about hating Tiffany. They're going to kill her because it looked like she was telling on people. Back when Manda Tessie and Mikey Allen were telling on people blaming Tiffany. And AK was a narc, so everywhere he went, people were getting arrested. So they thought Tiffany and AK were this narcolepsy program, and that Katrina Hayward had nothing to do with it because she's just cool on the streets of Portland, but Tiffany just sits in her room. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody loved me when I was around them, but I was never around them. When I was around them, I was drinking, I was happy, I was outgoing, but I was never hardly ever around them. So I don't have any real friends that are fake love in Portland. The closest friends I have right now are Katrina Hayward and Amanda Tessie, but I don't have a car. I don't have a car to be a normal human being. I don't have a car to do nothing because you guys are letting them in Portland and them in Arizona, whoever these people are, control my environment so that I can't be a good person, so that I can't be a good mom, so that I can't be a good friend, so that I can't go down to the FBI office and request a fucking meeting, or go down to the CPS office and demand them give me my fucking folder or whatever it is, or whatever folder it is you guys are talking about. This motherfucker up here sent me in Israel on purpose because he thought my daughter had been hurt in the past and that I didn't know it. My daughter is not Kiara Blancas. Rachel's daughter was the one that was hurt in the past when she was little. And she didn't report it by Blancas. Okay? Not my daughter. And then they said, oh, well, it was Katrina's daughter. Because on this side, I look like Rachel Morrow. On this side, on the UE side, on the good side, the good, beautiful Christian side that protects everybody. And on this side, it's drug addicts that played the game. Katrina Hayward logged into a house with Anthony Ciaz to be a narc. Or maybe it was a Sean Klumpet. I'm not sure. But whatever they did, it was she logged into the house with AK on the ground, and apparently the Sean was on his head or something. So up here, whoever she was up here, they were together or something. But anyway, the point is like, they thought Bella got hurt by AK, Anthony Ciaz. And I don't know if it's because of the way that they did that program, because this program did too come from LaShawn's fucking computer. They used to do Game of Thrones about it. They used to la la la, and it's illegal. And he got it from some guy that got it from some storage unit. So they would online bet, they would do this stuff. So it's mixed in with narcs, it's mixed in with tattletales, it's mixed in with whatever. And they've been using this program through LaShawn Klumpet's fucking situation through the law enforcement agency and everything, and benefiting greatly off of it. Even over here in Vancouver, Washington, where this is illegal as fuck because we don't have narcs or paid informants over here. And I am the one that got permission from Germany to further develop this software to never do this to another human being from Germany, because they were already looking through my fucking eyes. They were already looking through my eyes and talking shit about whoever I'm looking at, whoever's on their head, getting people mad at me. Just like that guy mad at my mom, Carol. He's like, fuck your mom. I'm like, why? My mom's the sweetest person on the planet. It's a dude on my mom's head that he's mad at. They have alternate reality where they see a different person up here taking a shower that doesn't look like me taking one in the dark. They think I'm doing it out loud. Dude. 3 years I sat there like that, knowing these bitches, these people were watching me, knowing they're sitting here talking shit about me, thinking, all these people are fucking thinking that I'm doing stuff that I'm not doing, that these dudes are doing. So will they get away with telling on people and ratting on people and knocking on people and setting people up, calling me the rat tail? She's like, oh, is that a tail coming out of your coat? Bitch, shut up. You're the fucking rat with fucking Mikey Allen. Don't fucking get me started. And it does too go through Facebook because they use Facebook profiles and they'll sit there and talk shit in the background and la la la. And then I make a message to CISA or whatever and they see the fucking messages and they're like, oh, well, fuck helping her. She must be lying because everybody's saying something different. I'm all, yeah, because they're being led to, because they're too scared to say anything different because they don't want the same thing to happen to them that happened to me. Either that or they're all being masterminded by one Ojin because they're all in one Ojin and they all get paid to set up the bad guy or the good guy or whatever it is. But the thing is they keep putting the bad guy on Tiffany. They don't put the good people on Tiffany. They put the bad ones on Tiffany to keep setting him up, and then they get money for it. So no matter what, I look like the bad guy underneath here. Well, they get the bad guy in trouble in here. I don't know who died yesterday, but apparently people died yesterday. No, it was my son's friend and Robbie's friend or wife, but they said they did Blue's Clues, and this is so fucked up, man. I think it might just be on line one, I don't know, because I'm not in there. My son needs his fucking mom, dude. He wants to get off drugs. He's Elijah Jimenez. They set him up too. That's what I'm saying, dude. They promised me 2 years ago because I wasn't part of their fucking paid pharmacy program. I hated AK for running my fucking life and making me just sit on the fucking bed for these fucking faggots. I hated him, dude. I fucking couldn't stand him. But I couldn't be mean to him or nothing. He didn't even technically live with me, but I couldn't let anybody else live there because that's how he is. Like, he just controls everything. And I left the whole apartment behind, everything, all my clothes, all my pictures, all my furniture, everything. I left my fucking car broken down behind. Like, he even ran my car out of gas on purpose so I couldn't fucking drive it. And I paid cash for that car. It's $86,000 Mercedes Benz. And that's back when nobody had a problem with me in real life on the ground. Everywhere I went, everybody loved me. I just never got to go anywhere because they wouldn't let me. You know, there's questionable reports at Sal's house, supposedly they're saying, and none of my friends on Facebook want to talk to me that are good Christians, and it's like, you fucking fuck you. They know for a fact I'm telling the truth, you stupid dumb fuck. Anton Ide, okay, over there at Jubal's house, it's Jubl, over there off Gleason. Okay, you can ping off their fucking residence. You can probably find a bunch of information there. I don't know where number 2 lives, but he's the one with the drone. Okay, he's supposed to be saved at the end of this because they've lost people too, and it's like the problem is that this is out of control. Okay, it's out of control, and people have died, and then they all get scared to death because they've all been grouped together to take responsibility for certain charges like kills or accidental deaths or other people's actual crimes on the ground. And then there's crimes in here where you don't even know for sure if it happened in real life because your brain stems can do it. So like I was saying yesterday, like somebody told me, "Hey Tim, you want to just go smoke a cigarette?" I was like, "Okay." I don't smoke cigarettes. I was just going along with it, right? And so I pictured grabbing a cigarette out of my cigarette pack and going outside to the smoke shop to smoke. Well, somebody up here, a version of me, got to go outside and smoke a cigarette. And it looked like they went to smoke a cigarette. Okay? Well, just imagine if you're sitting next to somebody and you're like, I fucking hate this mom, I'm gonna beat his fucking ass. And then next thing you know, your brain stems up here, fight, right? Or maybe you're thinking about breaking into someone's house and killing them. Or maybe you, whatever it is, maybe you do a trial run up here to rob somebody to see if you can get the information to your house, like what their safe combination is or whatever. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just, there's been echelon crimes that have happened up here that didn't happen in real life, but other people witnessed it and didn't know that it wasn't real. And then there's the whole fucking camera being flipped around backwards, like when I was sitting at Mary's house, dude. They said somebody shot their fucking house up. And then they're showing me the security footage, right? And the guy standing next to me, Scooby, I see his face jump out at me like he's the one that shot. I know for a fact Scooby didn't shoot that house because he was with me when the fucking shots went off. I was at AK's house, but fucking 5 years ago, back when I very first became homeless. Anthony C is his AK, by the way. And fucking, I'm riding my bicycle down the street, and all of a sudden, this fucking this Russian guy. I know I don't fucking. I'm really going through it, okay? I've had jobs. I worked at Northwest Healthcare. I was a manager. I was a bookkeeper. Like before the meth, whatever. I'm still professional in real life, but right now I'm not. Like I'm dying. My friends are dying. I'm sick and tired of waiting for these people. I'm sick and tired of this motherfucker blocking my inputs or whatever. This is so much bigger than you fucking think. Like all I have to do is start putting your name on your Facebook or whatever I gotta do to say whoever the fuck you are in law enforcement, that's whatever. But instead, I'm just doing it as a big umbrella and saying I'm mad at all of you, but none of you at the same time because I don't know which one of you is law and which one isn't because I can't see you. And it's profiles or your back brains or the people on your chain. So you don't even know what you did or didn't do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why my fucking therapist got fired. Did he set me up or was he sticking up for Tiffany? I figured he got fired because he was erasing the shit because he knew for a fact that I didn't do anything that these people were setting me up for. Or maybe he got reported for malpractice because he was setting me up with this guy trying to set me up. Or maybe he just didn't want to be a part of me because of what they said about me. I don't know. But whatever they're saying up here is not true. I was not sitting over here in Schizo Clinic. This bitch over here pretending to be Tiffany over here in Portland or Oregon or whatever, Washington State, supposedly. They said she went to fucking the Schizo Clinic and she's sitting here talking all this shit like she's Tiffany. But she smokes Marlboro Reds. Because she was paid to set me up. So that they can keep getting my money up here. Okay? I've only been to Schizo Camp once, but when you submit transmission, hospital record, everything that they do, it's all cop notes, it's FBI notes and shit or whatever. It's not gonna work, homeboy. They already chose Tiffany. It's only a matter of time until it proves right, alright? This isn't gonna fly. This did not happen to you, dude. This happened to Tiffany. They pulled Tiffany up to the echelon. They gave Tiffany a fucking sidewinder. This body that Tiffany has on is supposed to be up here. It's supposed to be working with the FBI lady and with the CPS lady and with this part, which is drones and Homeland Security. Because Tiffany is the one that was having to solve all these child abuse supposed cases. Tiffany was the one that was having to solve all these murder cases. Tiffany's the one that was having to solve all this shit that's being accused on this syndicate up here. Because all they do is move from one person to another, move brain stems, move memories, blah, 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 because nobody wants to take responsibility for what it really is and isn't. The child abuse was Anthony Ciaz. Hands down, whether it was his first fucking baby mom getting a restraining order or whether it was him messing around with teenagers or whatever it is or isn't. That was his shit. He was abused when he was younger. His mom was a hooker, pimp. He's traumatized. And then there's like a bunch of charges up here. So anyway, between putting a helmet on the people and listening to their thoughts and questioning them or whatever, but the problem with the putting the helmet on, this used to work. 2.5 years ago when I had sticky notes to the judges and the CIA on how to solve these cases, how you look at them. It's line, because they have a bunch of electronic bodies on, so when you're staring at them, you see the same person all the way down. It doesn't just go right through Tiffany back into somebody else who's on my chain. Okay, and you get to the see-through level. And then you see the Anunnaki person underneath there, which is Tiffany. Tiffany's Anunnaki. They put a see-through person over me or a see-through level over me to have a bunch of people on top of me doing what they do up here. But the problem with me is I have 1 see-through, 2 see-through, 3 see-through, 4 see-through, and in between each see-through level, there's other people. So it's like you can't even tell who anybody is. And then they switch this like this, and it's switching the brain stems and the thought patterns of different people. But anyway, the point is that we have immaculate up here. We have these women have immaculate investigative situations and the availability up here to prove you right or wrong between what they know up here virtually and what I know virtually, and what I know is hard evidence on the ground, which is A, I've never seen anybody commit any crimes. B, none of my friends abused any fucking children at all. None of my fake love friends, none of my real friends, except for Anthony Ciaz, who is a part of all of our brainstems. And the availability that these girls can come down and sit in my body with a split screen and see their world and mine, and they can ask me questions, anything that I have done that I was a part of on the ground, it automatic, because I'm connected to the computer back here, it automatically trails it, so like they can picture it in my mind what I have and haven't done. I was never a pervert. I never signed up to do porn. Like I've never hurt anyone. I'm not schizophrenic. I did not stab nobody. Okay? I didn't stab anyone. The honest to God truth is, a willow sat in my body with a knife and went like this and stabbed somebody up here because they were not allowed to play the game. And I can't tell you why they weren't allowed to play the game, but they played both sides of the fence. And they were a very, very bad person. They may or may not have hurt kids. And they may or may not have set Tiffany up back then because they said Willow was my daughter born in Bella, or Willow's personality, or maybe it was Bella's personality born in my daughter, born in her mom's body, being chased by a Teresa, which was my doctor's name, that had a different person in it, watching her, making sure she didn't get flirted with by the freaking Chimo people up here because she was in an adult's body. And that probably happened when they were trying to fix an adult body over here with kids in their origin that were being watched for maybe being hurt, or maybe they were just being watched because they got pulled up here because I don't know why. You ask me. I mean, you tell me. Why was Bella and Katrina up here? My daughter was nowhere around me, so my daughter wouldn't have been in here unless they just looked at her fucking picture, which is not what they're not saying, because they did too fucking delete my good mom Facebook, and she did too send me, Cheryl did too send me my good mom eye lotion Facebook through my eyes with Carol in it and all my memories from growing up to keep my good mom, I'm not a drug addict at all, good person, profile separate from what these motherfuckers did and what kind of lives they had. And this bitch trying to stay with this dude that supposedly hurt her daughter and all this shit. Whether it's AK or somebody else. I'm not Katrina Hayward. I'm not Anthony Ciaz. I'm not Amanda Tessie. I'm not LaShawn Clumpett. I'm not Bo. I'm not number two. I'm not Bootsy. I'm not Mary Carlos. I'm not Anton Ide. I'm not any of those fucking people. I'm Tiffany Browning, who's never been in trouble, who wants nothing to do with that life. I don't want nothing to do with that life. Adam Dyer's dead. He was a boyfriend that I had in Salem, who also didn't allow me to be a good mom to my daughter. Every time I would try to leave his ass, he would break my tires. He would pop my car. He'd beat me up. He'd crack my window. He'd try to commit suicide. Like lit his car on fire. My brother Robert Michael Browning knows some stuff, but not all of it, because he was part of the gambling part, I think. Summer Reeves is another witness that this exists in a way, because she would get text messages, but she doesn't know nearly what I know. Like I said, I have witnesses, okay? All those people I just mentioned right now are witnesses. Now, they don't know that much at all on the ground because they're back brains in here and they only get text messages because they don't talk back and forth to you guys. Only I can. And it's because of what they did to me, I think, unless I'm just tripping. All these people that the law talks to up here, or these people talk to, are the UE, the upper echelon. The UE is the upper echelon. The people that you guys are talking to are the people on our heads. So when you're up here talking to Tana or Lana or whatever, acting like, yeah, we'll just give, Rachel, we'll give Tiffany the money, no problem. They're lying. Or they think that they'll give them the money because up here it looks like they're messaging them down on the ground but they don't understand that that's not even the ground. This one's the ground and that one's the ground. So you got to go the two more levels on the ground. On the ground, they don't know to give me the money, nor do they know why they got it. They're just excited. This one told me that they had to pay my friends over here. One side said they set me up, but the thing is that they said they were trying to set up Tiffany to catch him. Okay, so in here, the girls get money to set up me to catch them, dudes that are apparently in my head or on my head or whatever. And then on the ground, you get the money on the ground for letting them do that. But my friends don't know to give me the money on the ground because they didn't play the game like that. Like Katrina and AK, like if Katrina was to get money on the ground, she wouldn't split it with AK, she would just use it. So I was hoping Katrina would be my partner in crime, but I would have had to know to tell her that. And then she left and went to Arizona or whatever, and I'm sitting here. They do drugs and stuff, so it's like I'm trying to stay clean and sober and work with my company or whatever up here. I'm not a drug addict anymore. I only did it for life force loss or just to be around somebody who knows about the game. But that's just it. Like Katrina Hayward knows about the game. Amanda Tessie knows about the game. Katrina did not play the game, but she might have got money for whatever happens in the game. I'm not sure how it works. Katrina does work. Manny doesn't. I don't think. Manny did play the game, but not the way you think. She just plays like online, whatever. Back when Sean was here, yeah, but they all played against me. And it's not that they didn't like me; it's that they use me as a whatever they use me to, where they can play both sides through Tiffany. So the rat tails, sit there and telling each other, get them arrested, get money, turn them in up here or on the ground or whatever it is or isn't, and then call Tiffany the rat tail and make everybody hate me that didn't know me. My friends that knew me loved me because I was fun to be around, but the people that didn't, like, they could put hits on my life, they greenlit me, like, all this shit. And now my neighbors are fucking yelling at me and shit. And it's like, dude, I'm a Christian fucking mom who got off drugs 2.5 years ago. I moved across the bridge to get the fuck away from Anthony Ciaz. Anthony Ciaz moved to fucking Arizona because he was then called the rat or whatever, and I was done. Like, I'm not gonna let you stay here anymore. I'm not gonna let you come here anymore. I'm not gonna be your friend anymore. I fucking hate you. I did not say yes when he asked me to marry him on the pink carpet. I said no. Go to Arizona and be true to one of your bitches. Amy Young or Katrina Hayward. I'm not your other half, Katrina or Amy. I'm Tiffany, the one who doesn't want to be involved. Anyway, and I didn't talk to him for like, I don't know how long. And then these people up here, because they're still doing it. Oh, yeah, because then they sent me back after he left, or they sent me to Manny's blah, blah, blah bodies. And the next thing you know, they're telling me Callahan's coming down the pipeline saying to me, I mean, I can't see him, but he's talking directly to me, saying, you're going to have to turn yourself in for a SWAT team murder. I'm all, what? Why? And he didn't say why. And he didn't say where. Because they only talk to you for 5 seconds because they're like big voices in the sky. What's wrong?
And Callahan is just a profile, but he's a ring. So there's the Skull and Bones or whatever, right? And like up here is theoretical, but on the ground it is part of the hierarchy of the Illuminati, and it is the judicial system, and it is money, and it is all that shit. Well, I'm a Watch's daughter, Freemason. Okay, so my dad was technically discommunicated because he married a Spanish girl, and you're supposed to be white, like white bread. So I only got a little teeny tiny bit of Spanish in me, but maybe you just forget the Spanish part because I fight like a Freemason. And I have a Skull and Bones partner in here. But I'm not in here to have his back. And I think that's the one they're trying to get in trouble at first and try to save him later, but I don't know. But anyways, but not to be a narc paid informant or rat. The way we solve cases by putting the bodies on, that was my invention. Okay? The way that they pulled me up there and gave me Illuminati ISIM codes, that's their doing, but it's in my face. Okay? Nobody else on the ground has sidewinders. Nobody else on the ground is connected to what this is the way I am. And it is killing me, but I should be getting paid for it, you know what I mean? But along with that comes these permissions and stuff that's supposed to be working for the CIA and the FBI, not the goddamn motherfucking paid informancy program or the narc shit. Okay, this is illegal. I mean, they're using kids for life force now. They're putting them in their body and rescanning them in so they're younger and shit when they're fucking cops and shit that are older or whatever. Or whatever we're not saying. And like, it's illegal. It's illegal. It's illegal. So, like I said before, when you work for them, if you have a child, like you work for them, like if you're FBI or whatever it is, I keep saying FBI, but whatever it isn't, if you do have a child, you know, and you borrow from their life force, they said electronically somehow, you can replace it electronically through the system, and when you're done, I don't know how that works, dude. I don't know. But anyway, it's just stupid. Because technically this is saying up here that I work for them up here, but not as a paid informant, as a private investigator or CIA people helping them do the overseas part, you know what I mean? Like, find out what the needs of our foreign dignitaries' needs are and solve cases for them and shower them with love. We don't have no more 9/11s. I mean, we know where the nukes are. We know where the fucking big bombs are. We know where the problems are. We know all this shit that we're not supposed to know unless it's guided by you know who. Well, it ain't guided by you know who because this motherfucker over here in Portland, or maybe it's the one over there in Arizona that's a paid informant or FBI wannabe profile, won't let it be protected by the good guys. He won't let it be CIA, but it is supposed to be CIA over here in Washington State. Not narcs, not paid informants. Above Tiffany. Even though right now we're in Arizona. We're not above Washington State. But yet they're coming over here from Portland and they're turning my neighbors against me so that they can do rat tail shit over there in Portland. Or else maybe they think I'm AK, but they didn't know that through that eye because when the neighbor's yelling at Tiffany down here saying, run for your life, they're probably looking at the person on my head. Maybe the person that said that didn't even know why she said that because there's somebody else in her body saying run for your life. Or maybe she did know why she said that because she got some fucking message and that's why the people banged on my mom's door. I don't know because I'm not them. What they're doing is illegal. It's only a matter of time until everybody finds out that this is a special skill saw Tiffany Browning has down here, and the syndicates over here, like the guys for the most part, can't see the messages that we send up virtually at all to the echelon. Okay, in one of these videos over here, I don't know if it was FBI one or what it was, one of these videos, you can literally see the light coming down. You can see my hand disappear into the fucking cloud virtually, and it's not that the cloud was right here at all. It's in the computer. Okay? I could feel it synergically on my hand, but it was in the computer. Now, when you're sitting in my body, if you have a split screen, you can see, and you have the right thing, you can see spinning bits of information, like a forming court case. You can see a lot of shit that you're not supposed to see necessarily. Like, I'll see, like, that's, I don't know, it's like a picture. I'll see literal, like, it's just stupid, I'm not listening. I'll see literal, like, what's it called? It's like synapse shots of porn falling down all the time. Like, I'll see a naked ass or a boob job or whatever, dude. It's just some gross shit that I see falling down here in the alternate universe. and I only see it for a second, but it's like somebody else's synapse shot from what they've seen, and I don't see it. I do see it in front of me sometimes, but mostly it's in my mind, if that makes sense. Because we're super, super elevated up here because we were in Japan when I saw the stars when they were submitting transmissions to tell on people or whatever and not get caught for it. Made it look like Tiffany's the one who did it because she's not friends with them anymore. And well, it pulled too many frequencies down through my face to send them through my eyes like that. And then well, I saw the stars. I pulled a star down into my body electronically, sort of, and like I started burning in my body and dehydrating immediately. And then the UE people, the beautiful, the entity people started dying like right away. Started dying. They started burning. They just started exploding basically. And we were in Japan. Well, Japan power plant owner son, Karasuria, I called him. That's not his real name. But his mom, we call her Mother Earth. Okay. Well, those people had rotated into other people through Sweden and la la la. Well, my UE member was in love with Karasuria. Anyways, Karasuria is talking to Tiffany on the ground. Through Tiffany on the ground, and this person up here, maybe that's the one he was in love with, saying he's building Robotrons on the wall to keep me alive. So he kept Tiffany Browning alive, and he kept everybody else up here alive, but it also elevated our brainstems and our skill saw to a Japan electronics level. Completely updated by Japan, okay? And it's only on my frequency waves, and that's part of the shit that they keep selling off and getting money for it. But what they're not understanding is that it's not being regulated the right way. It's supposed to be regulated by a combination of these dudes over here who have the game controller unit with the FBI and my women that know my situation. My women that know how this started, why these dudes hate me right this second, why they hate the law, why they hate everybody else, why they hate nobody, and why they're supposed to be saved. How we protect Homeland Security, or how we work with Homeland Security, or whatever. Clearly, Homeland Security, Secret Service, CIA, FBI, way above our pay grade, right? Or whatever, our brainstem smart level, because I'm just a fucking nothing compared to these people. But when you can kill Buddy the dog from the sky, and you can kill all my other friends because you weren't fucking listening to me the first time when I fucking sent it, not you, specifically him. When I sent an Interpol report and said they killed Alex or something, or he might have died, and then I had to fill out an FBI report and say, okay, I guess it wasn't him they killed. It was someone else named my lawyer, Dan. Or like, I don't know, 13 more of my friends or 20 more of my friends or whatever. It's because we weren't supposed to talk about Fight Club, and I didn't really know exactly what it was. Plus, it's somebody else talking out of my mouth, so they'll only say certain things, and they're expecting that person who said it or typed it to be questioned about why they said it. But by the time they come down here, they have to go through this dude, and he answers the question the way he wants, and he either takes the credit for it or whatever he doesn't say. And it's bullshit, because Katie, Celeste, Rebecca, Stella, Cheryl, in that profile from 2.5 years ago, before LaShawn Klumpet got in a motorcycle accident, okay? That profile right there that had the zippered fucking court case in it when all these adults and all these kids kept falling down from the sky and they couldn't figure out what the fuck was going on. It was some kind of traumatizing shit from them trying to change it to be from Bella Katrina NAK to Tiffany Soraya NAK. Or a different guy or something named Anton Ide. When it was Sarah in here who did not know who my daughter was. Anyways, that whole zippered court case thing. Exactly, my daughter didn't live with me. She lived with her dad. That's not what we're not saying, man. That's why when they called Sal, they're like, wait, what? Sal didn't have a restraining order against Tiffany? No, they just play both sides of the fence like that because these guys are doing porn. So they gave me a syndicate, a guy ran it with my fucking name on, and then blamed me for every single fucking thing that went wrong. You see what I'm saying? Like, he got away with whatever the fuck he got away with, being a fucking rat, a narc, paid informant, dirty fucking fighter, playing both sides of the fence, and then leaves Tiffany down here, clueless about what's going on. And then the UE's coming down here like, why are you beating yourself up, Tiffany? Why are you all by yourself, Tiffany? Because that person thinks I'm up here, and then I'm just not getting chosen to be pulled up. But that's not the truth at all. I'm the anchor, and I can't be pulled up, because if you pull me up, these dudes on my fucking chain will be personalities in my body.
all sticking up for themselves or doing whatever they do, saying, talking out of my mouth, just like they're talking out of my mouth now. But these are the UE people talking out of my mouth. If you're to pull me up over here, it'll probably be these dudes talking out of my mouth and saying some shit that I would never fucking say. I would never tell on nobody. I would never rat on nobody. I've never testified against anybody. I will not testify against people because I already did it once for Malcolm Mike, and I don't think I did it right. And I was a child, and he went to prison, and I don't think he actually hurt my cousin at all. It's against my religion to testify against people, especially when I don't know anything that anyone's ever done in real life. Just a bunch of rumors that everybody else says and a bunch of things they've showed me in my head that showed me and them doing it. Because when you're a fucking syndicate or whatever, when you have a group of 5 people, you're all equally responsible for all the charges on your list. And you're either trying to get the people on your team arrested or the people on the opposite team arrested to turn them in or not. So it's like they'll all fucking sit there and say, oh yeah, I did this, or oh yeah, I did that, so that they get arrested and they can be in a room and specifically tell the judge or whatever wherever they do that, really who did it or whatever. Like, okay, we'll take my bodies off and see who's underneath here or whatever. After they, After they admit to doing something. But that's what Tiffany's saying. She's like, okay, so I have a see-through level on. Are you trying to say Tiffany did this, or are you sitting on top of Anthony Ciaz's head? It's just dirty fucking fucked up shit. And they get brain cells mixed up with stuff. So anyway, they'll get questioned, they get arrested, they get questioned or whatever. And then if they tell on somebody up here, they can prove it somehow or another, then I think they get their player deleted and they get to go home and they get money for it. I think is what happens. But I'm not 100% sure. So it's like in here, people want to get arrested so that they can be safe. But then sometimes they don't get to go to court right away and they have to sit in jail and they're not able to talk. And it's just annoying because it's just annoying because I'm the only one that knows about this shit, and the fucking Vancouver, Washington, and everybody else, they're blocking my shit, and they're just acting like Tiffany doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. She shouldn't have had to say any of this shit. She shouldn't have had to do it. She shouldn't have had to file an IC3 report. She called FBI both times in Seattle and in Washington saying they stole my identity. They stole my identity. I think they're embezzling money through my eyes, or maybe they're looking through my eyes, or whatever it was that I said, because I can't even remember what I said. When I called FBI that one time and said I lived in South part-time and I was homeless, it's because you won't investigate it right over here in Washington State. If I say, oh yeah, I'm in Washington and they're doing whatever I didn't say, they're not gonna fucking investigate it in Washington. They'll just send it to Washington, and Washington ain't gonna fucking investigate it. This shit is being played through goddamn motherfucking Portland. It did to cross the bridge with Tiffany after they sent her over there and sent Portland people through her body named Anthony Ciaz, Anton Ide, Katrina Hayward, Amanda Tessie, LaShawn Clumpett to do rat tail, narc tail, and porn and move these supposed charges virtually to a different bitch. So first they tried to move him to Tanika by making it look like her daughter's made some false report or whatever. Then they tried to move him to somebody else. But I think they already tried to move him to Tiffany 2 years ago. And then it still just keeps falling back down on Tiffany. So no matter what, we can't help Tiffany. Bullshit. Yes, you can. You just have to fucking get this guy off me. I've asked the DEA, dude, and they said they can't do it. Because you have to literally be there and you sign waivers and all kinds of shit. They can't just put your eye picture up to the machine like a DOL place and scan in your eyes. Like that. For the narc thing or whatever it is that they do. I mean, with a fucking wink. Like, up here, we already know whatever we're not saying, but they have to go through so many fucking people just to be able to get down here to Tiffany, and they can't cross the bridge in Oregon. I mean, there is a way to, but not the legal way. And then they can't get back to their bodies on the ground. Right. So you can't get back to your bodies on the ground. I get that. But you can go up to the FBI hub over here. You're law, right? Okay, well, most of these people above me are not law anymore. It's just a bunch of people manning the ship until whatever happens. So why can't you, DEA, come over here, wherever you're from, look through my eyes with my UE member in my body with a split screen, and they can tell you how Tiffany's brain stems work correctly. She's not schizophrenic or crazy, dude. Anyways, they can explain to you up here, and then you can go up here and file an FBI report through our FBI hub, and it is in Arizona. And it does take like 2 or 3 weeks for it actually to get down through all these levels on the ground. But maybe, just maybe, you can call yourself on the phone on line 1 and tell everybody that Tiffany's innocent. She didn't hurt nobody just to get her some money on a green dot go-to card. There's only like 2 or 3 days left before summer's over, and she really wanted to be able to see her daughter before school starts again and get her some school clothes or something. Sal and Tiffany, or Tony, don't fucking hate Tiffany at all. And neither does Elijah. Elijah's just scared.
because of what he's fucking reading on his fucking Facebook. All these letters, all these notes, all these things that were trying to set up AK, set up Tiffany. Elijah's on the law, running from the law because why? Because he's got other people in his head that set him up too, like Mikey Allen and Johnny Cuppy and whoever the fuck else when he was in here, okay? My son should have never had to do whatever he didn't do over here in Portland. When I bailed him out from Vancouver, Washington, okay? Whatever happened after that was these people's fault for not giving Mama Bear her money. They put Tiffany in harm's way for 3 years. She crossed the bridge to get away from the rat tail comments, to get away from the hits on her life, to get away from all this shit that they were saying. Well, we're gonna fucking tell everybody you used to use needles. I'm like, dude, I used to use needles because the paid informacy program is not allowed to watch you have sex if you use a needle. I hated having sex with that motherfucker because he's not my fucking husband. But I wasn't allowed to do anything else but sit home and have sex once a day. And the law allowed it because they're allowed to fucking sit here and use all these people to turn people in and get all this credit over there. Oh, we just won the lottery. They blue blocked it with the FBI/UE people, my needle history. They have to by law. I'm a mom who's never been in trouble. I did not sign up for none of this shit. I'm not crazy. I know exactly what I'm fucking talking about. Washington State is very, very fucking strict about you using a mother named Rachel Morrow and Tana Cloud up here against their best friend. When Tiffany got off drugs to be a better mom and didn't call her friends at all because she didn't want them involved in whatever this was from Portland. And they pulled her in here anyway to stick up for other people. Now they're getting her fucking money that Tiffany should have on the ground. She's a fucking multi-billionaire with Homeland Security and shit, dude. What we do up here, we're very good, we're very quiet, we're very fast. It's a lot of brain stems involved. And none of us get killed in real life. Our team don't kill people. It's their team kill people over there. But what they're not understanding is when they try to kill the main guy on Tiffany's head or that guy's head or this guy's head, the one's playing both sides of the field, or the one that is accused of whatever, you know, capital murder bullshit, or maybe it's fucking a different capital murder bullshit, or attempted murder, like that guy that fucking ran over a cop on a motorcycle on my homeboy or whatever. They try to kill his ass. And it's like, dude, you try to kill him, but you don't see who's underneath him. You don't know for sure if that's the guy in jail or not. And that was Japan. Chinese dragon. Um, is China dead? Tanika's Brown's friend? What about Hong Kong? The really smart guy that I told you guys to have him up here sticking up for Tanika, not being the one to drop that box IDs off and help our, what was it again? Balance the budget. Super smart guy. One of them they said died. You can get Hong Kong up in here, dude. He'll tell everybody, but don't have him telling anybody through my fucking whatever it isn't. He's a genius. Like, super genius, but he does do crank. Anyway. His brain stems are super fucking smart, and they're really good at what they do. There's another girl named Trista, I think, got my money over here in wherever she's from, Bellingham or something. What? Bellingham? Is Washington, right? No. Anyway, there's profiles of Michael Masterson and Crystal Turner. Well, I guess Crystal Turner wasn't here, but there's a profile of Michael Masterson being in here 2 years ago now. And he's the one that came in here and was like, you want me to handle that for you, cousin? On the ground. Because he saw a UE member up here with my name on or whatever. Because they had tried to say that they hurt my daughter in the UE. They told Tiffany they didn't say Tiffany they hurt your daughter. They just said they hurt your daughter in the UE. And I didn't believe them. I mean, the point is that I'm a real human being. The difference is between you guys on line one is you guys are in here. So you're really seeing people talking to you. I'm not. I'm hearing you talking to me or you're talking through my mouth. So I'm thinking, my daughter's at Sound Tony's. Like, she don't know what's going on. No, neither does anybody else in their forward brain. I'm a very special person, and what they did to me, it's a fucking curse. But anyway. So, I didn't really believe it. But then they made me feel scared for whatever they said happened up here. So I stole my mom's car, went and checked on her forward brain. She was fine. They were worried they were going to kill Soraya to cover up their fucking whatever they did to move it from being about Katrina, AK, and Bella, or Katrina and AK and his first daughter, or whatever it fucking was or wasn't. And it might have been his first daughter because they cut out the whole time of me sitting on the bed at Cora Street. So they literally cut out a couple years for the UE to not have to relive it up here in Perfect Land. So they went from like 2019 back because they'll sit with you or whatever. They'll look at your last year and a half or however long
They cut it all out so that they could still be connected to Tiffany and not have to go through the fucked up shit that she got away from, connected to these dudes, including drugs, including whatever tattletale, rat-tail, narc shit that she was surrounded by every single day over there. Because they're good Samaritans, they're volunteers, they're people that they're dignitaries, or they're dignitaries across the United States. Yeah, but anyway, we are foreign nations and stuff, and we do have blue ties, and we do have sparkly lands, and we do get high up here, they said, and feel great about a lot of things. But one thing we don't feel great about is Tiffany still sitting here with no money and no representation from the FBI or the DEA. The FBI Portland came over here / DEA, and he's the head of the paid informacy program over there that knows AK. He literally came over here and told Tiffany, but he's talking to one in here. He said Tiffany Vitiligo, but he don't know Tiffany doesn't live wherever they're saying over there in Portland. Because I guess they have a different house over there, and I don't know if they're saying I live at San Antonio's or Emas or what. But anyways, they're like, Tiffany Browning Vitiligo, you're never gonna have to worry about money ever again. You're never gonna have to run out that back door ever again. You're what you said, dude. You fucking filed a report. IC3, $10 million is an understatement. It's an understatement, okay? It's an understatement. What she said is she's owed $10 million. You take 30% off her tithes, offerings, and for the UE, that's $7 million. That $7 million is split between several agencies in several states. That leaves me with a net worth of about 4.5, or maybe my net worth is split between those people. I don't know. But it's a lot of fucking money. And I'm the only one that knows about it on the ground. Except, well, I mean, a couple people know about it, but the guy with the drone knows about it, and I'm not sure who else. Probably the FBI and the paid informacy program that's running this, if they even get to their bodies on the ground. But the problem is that it's just, I'm not going to get into it because that'll turn them against me right now. But the paid informacy program over here in Portland, the ones that keep saying that are those same ones that aren't paying Tiffany, because they're the ones that set Tiffany the fuck up to catch a different dude so that they could lead the way, or lead the band, or lead whatever it is. So then they get a new profile comes in here to stand up for Tiffany or whoever it isn't, and then they get killed, and they get killed, and they just keep getting killed because the UE people don't want these people attached to Tiffany. These paid informants, these whatever, because they're the ones that set her up. They want women above Tiffany. They want these good, beautiful people that don't talk out loud, and you can send messages virtual reality like this. So when I go like this, okay, this rolls off information into this camera, and when they watch it up here on my side, they have a bunch of folders opened up with information. Okay? I literally have somebody over here in the paid informacy program from 3 months. They took it off my Snapchat. And by the way, you guys, they can go into any video that I've recorded, and they can change what I've said in my video. They can change my words, okay? Big time. Like, I don't know how to explain it to you, but they do it. They do it all the time. I just watched a video yesterday and was fucking pissed because I said they killed my lawyer, Dan. They changed the whole situation to say something different. Or they just didn't. They changed me to not say nothing at all. They're like, something different. Like, they cut out words, okay? So it is possible, because earlier I heard them say audio don't lie. I'm all, it don't? Well, then how come that video on my Facebook or whatever, that was me and me at Christmas time, where I was like, mortgage payments by me, whatever, right, on the ground, and this is my family you're keeping me away from while you pay all these fucking pieces of shit in here, and you pay my other good friends in Washington to give me my money, instead of just admitting that you set me up via this side of the bridge when you're not supposed to be playing through my brain stems, right? But Rachel got money, Tana got money. So now it's okay to pay Rachel and Tana because the FBI women also set me up too. They didn't realize that. They didn't know that Tiffany was underneath here. They thought Tiffany was her, this bad girl over here that they used to set me up. Now we're talking through Tiffany, and we know Tiffany's a good person. But we're getting her money too. So we don't fucking go up there and say nothing, because we'd rather just live out our fake lives in here with her money. Because we get to live off of Tony and, I mean, Rachel and Tana's money. And some of us do tell the truth, but some of us don't. It's just when we get down here and we sit at Tiffany's body, it's like, God damn, this sucks, dude. I know for a fact she didn't do that. Tiffany never agreed to be a paid informant, like a rat. And we're going to start pressing charges against every single profile in here that says anything bad about another mother hurting a goddamn motherfucking kid. When it was literally these guys in AK's body
their white boy personality in his body and then put another body over him, painted white. And I don't know if there was a see-through level or not. There wasn't. The see-through level was on Tiffany because they put his body through Tiffany and with a different personality in it. Right. It was literally these motherfuckers doing porn. And whatever else they didn't do, dude. Whatever else they didn't do, man. Because there was already a questionable report card, like I said, on up here in the echelon because pervert, the cops were watching through AK's eyes or whatever they were doing because he was a slut. Sorry. And, nothing. I clearly have a shield on because I can, anyways, I need to shower. I don't take showers because they're with me all the time. I'm afraid to, like, look in the mirror. When I look in the mirror, backfires. I see a bunch of fucking charges getting banished and, like, things burning. I'm afraid, like, one small move, they won't be able to stick up for me all the way up and all the way down. But the problem is, there's already 14 lifelines above me that have no power source, so that shit don't go nowhere. It has to be when I send this stuff through this echelon world or whatever this is, through the stupid fucking landline on my mom's phone. It's totally truncated by this guy or whoever it isn't. Like, they gotta get it and believe it. Or they gotta get it and receive it, but hardly anybody ever gets it and receives it at all. Anyways, what I was gonna say is, like, they picked up some information from my son, right? When he came, this was 2.5 years ago after I bailed him out. And he came over and I was telling him, like, I was bawling, or I don't even know if I was crying, but anyways, I was telling him how my friend Nick overdosed on Blue's Clues because my son does Blue's Clues, and Blue's Clues is those pills you put on foil and smoke. And I had to give him CPR and shit, and I was like telling him, like, I love you, baby, you need to get off drugs and la, and he's like, I know, Mom, and he started bawling his eyes out, and I mean, snot's pouring down his face, and baby bear number 2, Owen, was there, and he said the same thing. They're like, we want to, but it's not the time yet right now, we're doing something different. Or whatever they were fucking talking about, or whatever they had going on, or whatever, this guy's infiltrated my son's brainstems and set up my fucking kid in here illegally, and then they look down here and think Tiffany's okay with it because they see her underneath here. She's not AK, and this is from Portland. AK doesn't even fucking live here, neither does LaShawn. Okay, so they set my kid up. Instead of giving me my money that year so that I could get an apartment or get that motorcycle or live my life as I'll be able to live like a normal human. I've never seen a bunch of death. That's what I'm saying. So it comes down here, it's blaming us for not sticking up for Tiffany the whole time. And she doesn't even know if we cross her fingers if it's fucking joking or not. She doesn't want to be connected to this program anymore, you guys. She doesn't want to be connected to where it's sarcastic on this side and real on this side so that they can switch it to whatever they want. So what they will do is they will talk out of my mouth or whatever, and they'll be like, I hate you, Tiffany, with a wink next to it. So in front of one person, they're playing this audio of them saying, I hate you, Tiffany. And then over here to the good side, they're like with a wink next to it. But really, what they could be doing is putting it over here on this side to the good people saying, I hate you, Tiffany, and to the bad guy saying with a wink next to it. So nobody ever knows what the fucking truth is, if they're supposed to say the truth or if they're supposed to say the opposite. It's fucking bullshit. And so they can play both sides of the evil fucking fence, and it's getting people killed in real life because they won't just stick up for Tiffany on the ground knowing what she's fucking talking about. This program was from Germany. It's illegal in the state of Washington especially. It was not supposed to cross a bridge 2.5 years ago with Tiffany Brooks Browning at fucking all, but it did. So that they could play both sides of the bridge from Arizona. If you guys don't fucking recognize that by now, then you're fucking tripping. It's only a matter of time, everybody in Portland and Seattle, until this shit comes out that Tiffany is a multimillionaire in real life and dying for it. And that she's innocent, didn't hurt anybody. You're all gonna feel so fucking bad when you get sanctioned, I swear to God. Because you're never gonna get money again. You're gonna never be trusted again in your back brain or your forebrain or whatever it is. Because I know some of these people have something to do with it in real life. I don't know, Marilee. Why don't you tell me?
I don't know, Rachel Morrow, why don't you tell me? I don't know, Tana Cloud, why don't you tell me? Did you guys all sit there on the slumber party and pass rumors around? Or was that just up here with him driving your train? They made me scared last summer. I was talking to my friend Jessica Messer on the phone. I didn't know Jessica Messer had a CPS case or whatever. I don't know what her situation was. Like, I had went over there once, okay? And that was the first time I saw any of my friends from Vancouver in, I don't know, 6 years, right? And I went over there because I was scared in my heart, and I don't know why, but these people up here were scared of something, and I don't know what it is because I'm not them. Every single thing that these people are scared of is not girls' charges, it's dudes' charges. But when the dude is in your brain or whatever, and they want you to leave your place or where you're at, it's because they're scared of something, and I don't know what it is because they don't tell me. But anyway, they told me to call her and go over there. And I'm feeling heartbeats in my chest, like feeling really anxious and shit, and they don't tell me what it is because they're not allowed to, I guess. But anyways, so I call her on the phone. She's like, yeah, I'm not home right now. I'm somewhere else, la la. But then all of a sudden her voice changes into Summer. And then I thought it was a setup. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So my mom was already leaving. And I was like, I'm just going to go over there and wait on her porch, right? Until she gets back. Well, I went there and I knocked on the door to ask her daughters to call, because I have a phone, to call Jessica and see if it was okay if I could wait there on the porch till she got back. And she said, no, I won't be back till tomorrow. And I was like, oh, okay. And I guess she said she told me that. Well, that was a red flag to Jessica CPS worker or something like that, I guess. I'm not sure. But anyway, that's what that was about. I didn't do shit wrong. I've never hurt another human being on the planet in my life. If you're gonna sit here and believe this murderer, if you're gonna sit here and believe this paid informant, this sick fuck up here in Portland, or whoever he is now or isn't, then you go right the fuck ahead. But this kind of shit is the kind of shit that comes back to you. Dude, a poem to live life by is how I've lived my whole entire life. It's pay it forward. It's be nice to people. It's forgive people. It's don't judge. Don't talk back to people. Don't respect your elders. Like don't lie about people. Don't cheat. Don't fucking spread rumors. Don't tell on people, man. Don't break your promise to yourself. Don't have sex when you don't. That's just they're saying that to me for in here. Because, man, I used to have sex with AK when I didn't want to because it's just, I can't explain it, man. Because they made me, man. And I didn't get paid for it like you're thinking. They got paid for it to make me have sex with him or whatever. I did not get paid for nothing. I'm not a slut. I didn't sell myself online, nothing. I did it because I was a drug addict. And I did it because he was the only friend I fucking had, and he would not be my friend without having sex every fucking day. Or whatever, every time he came over. And it was fucking annoying because I got off drugs a couple times and I was like, I'm oh, you know. And he's like, "Are you sure?" Like, and, I'm just a pushover. So it's like, okay, fine, fuck it. And I was a drug addict, but not anymore. I also drank half a fifth a day, and I gave all that up to be a better fucking mom. As soon as I like went to my daughter's house, like I swear to God, like almost a whole year passed. There's like it just was a whatever it is. Like, what in the fuck? My daughter was just 7. She's 10 and a half. Like, this is gotta fucking stop. Like, what is wrong with my head, dude? It must be meth-induced psychosis, I thought. Like, I didn't know what it was. And plus all my accounts being hacked. Like I couldn't fucking use my Facebook. I couldn't get money on my cards. Like every single thing I had been catfished and dog mud and everything. Gang stalked and everything. Threats from people on Facebook and text messages or whatever, and I couldn't get into my accounts. Like Tiffany1434578, Tiffany14345 785 at gmail.com. Those two are my fucking Facebooks for my mom. My mom Facebook. Tiffany143785 at gmail.com. Like, it shows my pregnancy pictures. It shows everything, like, my life that I can never see anymore because they stole it from me. And I don't even have the fucking hard copy pictures anymore because it was in my apartment. And it's like, I'm sitting here believing the upper echelon ladies that they're going to help me get an apartment at the end of that fucking year or whatever. And, like, still, they did not tell me the whole year what was going on because of what it was. They were using this program from Germany. And though I got permission to further develop it from Germany or whatever, they couldn't say it was my permission slips because it would have gave permission to the people that put me in here like that in the first place to do the same and get all the rewards that they were supposed to get for letting him do his community service. But then he got killed in a motorcycle accident at the end of it. Now I'm in his place on this. And he was on a chain with Anton. Anthony Ciaz. So like whatever those two, LeSean Club and Anthony Ciaz, Bo or whoever, and two other people, whatever they did or whatever they've done in alternate reality or in real life, or people that they turned in or whatever, like we're all equally responsible for the same charges, and it's you can see them falling down, and it's just annoying because the Yui people don't even want to be connected to TV because it's so traumatizing. They can't even talk about it. Ugh. That's what I said. They showed Tiffany running from the front side of a house and the back side of a house. One of them was something fucking scarier than shit. Killed like 10 people in an apartment with a fucking machine gun or something. And then I'm holding up a fucking machine gun and saying "fuck you FBI." I'm Samuel. I'm not a narcos nigga. It says. Ugh. And they disowned me for holding that firearm, which I didn't even know was an electric firearm. I mean, whatever it's called. An automatic what? I mean, I didn't know whatever it was up here. The picture, okay. I didn't know it was. Anyways, moving on. I didn't know it was illegal up here. I didn't know it was a legal firearm because my dad shot guns. I mean, he hunted with Tim Nugent. Like, we shoot shotguns in 2020s or 3030s or whatever, you know what I'm saying? AK-47, like, big guns are big guns. I didn't realize that the one that was being held in this arm shrapnel picture was an illegal firearm. So the UE, because it says I sold it on the streets of Portland, I'm not a narc ass bitch or a rat or whatever. I'm not a fed, is what I said. Because there was a fed in here and blaming Tiffany for everything. Anyway, and then the UE disowned me for that. Like, the indie little thing, they'll try to disown me. Like, these people will say things out of my mouth if I say something embarrassing, or they'll go back and change something that I said on my YouTube videos. And I'm like, dude, that's not even what I said. I didn't say that. He said that. Like, it's just stupid. Anyways, I need your support. I need your help. Can you please look through my fucking eyes? I understand there's 3 levels of FBI in those pictures, if they're even still there. All the more reason to be like, what in the fuck? They're using their frequencies illegally, or are we trying to turn the game down, or is everybody profiting in the FBI or the CIA or whatever this is and forgetting about Tiffany being the one that started this? Because I don't even know if the CIA or the FBI or the Interpol people even got my transmission. Because they told me that they stopped it up here at this fucking hub and they put their information on it and sent it. I called Secret Service and I was like, I heard you guys are my daily partners, like I said in that video, and they're all. And I thought that was a good thing. I was like, yeah, they must have my back. Like, there was a big, huge pause, and then they hung up. But I don't know. And then I called the FBI a while ago in Washington State, but they transferred me to a basically a Homeland Security line, and I wasn't prepared for that because they're real strict and real cutthroat people. But what I was supposed to say was, can you please check the airwaves above me because I've been infiltrated by the enemy from Portland, Oregon, and I'm trying to work for Homeland Security. Let my brain stems work for Homeland Security and CIA and FBI, and not the paid informant street narc bill over there in Portland that's getting people killed every day, mixed in with CPS, FBI CPS units for Anthony Ciaz and Katrina Hayward and Amanda Tessie that were never supposed to be on Tiffany Browning because her daughter doesn't live here and her daughter was never hurt like that and she was never put in danger. But when it came down to me saying that, someone else said something different out of my head and I don't remember what it was. Anyways. They say you aren't who you hung around with. I wasn't who I hung around with before. I wasn't. That's what I'm saying. Like, I love camping. Like, I had to go sledding by myself, dude, in the snow. I'm asking my friend that does crank. I'm like, hey, you want to go sledding? She's like, oh, I don't know. I literally went sledding by myself with these people with me. And they got to go sledding too in alternate universe. Like, they don't like camping. They don't like sledding. They don't like swimming. I'm sorry for 3 summers without a fucking car because they're letting Anthony Ciaz and everybody else, like, they're letting them control my life, dude. And it's just fucked up. My family doesn't hate me. I don't know about my friends because now I'm wondering if my friends even hate me. And it's just a Facebook over whatever it isn't, and the responses that I did get aren't even from my real friends on the ground. They're from people up here. Playing both sides of the fence. That's what I'm saying. It's just so stupid, dude. You guess what I mean? You can't up here. You can't on line one. You can't trust anything on line one because they've already been. There's already people on their head. It's like they already got a see-through person attached to their fucking head. You're not gonna reach that one. That's why I said in that video to Rachel, but I can't send it to Rachel on Facebook because she blocked me. Because I don't know what they fucking got. Apparently, they got a letter now on the ground, same one Marisa got, which is fucking from these people up here setting me the fuck up. So that they didn't get in trouble for whatever AK got in trouble for. Or they thought I was AK or whatever they did. I don't know. But anyway, didn't know fucking CPS people, didn't know fucking FBI people, didn't know fucking DEA people or judges or none of that. Didn't know real fucking law enforcement agencies send Marisa or fucking anybody else these fucking letters. These dudes did and they were paid to do it. And I don't even know what they fucking said because they didn't send it to me. As I was saying in the letter, in the video, I was telling you, like, because they said Rachel Morrow is who they used up here in the UE on this side. Okay, when they rescanned me in Vancouver, Washington to fix my body, to stop making fun of my spots or whatever, they instead of just painting it or maybe pulling me up from when I was younger, putting over myself or whatever and representing me as a UE member, you know, and letting them use my Sidewinder up here the way they're supposed to, or however that works or whatever. Instead, they had a Rachel version, and then they had a different version where she was train driven by some dude to be a pervert or something, or slut bunny or whatever, I think. Anyway, and they said the cops got called to her house. And I don't even know if it was on the ground or if it was up here, dude. I don't know if she got fucking CPS calls on her like Rebecca and lost her kids or not because I haven't talked to Rachel. But I doubt it. Because they told Tiffany that the cops let Rachel go for whatever accusations there were there, or because she was a single mom. Because, dude, you're not supposed to have sex with people who aren't your wife that have kids, Anthony Ciaz. And if you are, you're supposed to tell them that you had CPS case in the past. Well, lucky for me, my daughter didn't live with me, but Tanika didn't know that. Her daughters did live there, and they were teenagers. They had kids too. And up here, it looked like Rachel was having sex with him or somebody else too, I guess. I don't know if that was when I fucking had sex with him 2 years ago or not, or if they're going back in the past sitting with him with my brain stems on or whatever, virtually, or whatever they do. I don't know. Or maybe it just still looks like it because they just said that I went to Arizona or a different state to go meet AK, and I'm sitting here pretending to be friends with Katrina Hayward, and that I went to meet AK and had sex with him. I'm breaking my own dating rules, saying I'm never having sex again without being married. And I'm like, excuse me, motherfucker, didn't you pay Katrina to say that, to break my dating rules? Because you know for a fact I didn't go anywhere near that motherfucker and that I hate him. You're like, well, I don't know. Not really saying nothing, but just looks inappropriate. To protect AK and LaShawn Clumpy in the porn industry, okay? They sent messages down to Katrina's mom to blame the Mexican baby dad of Katrina, what their last name? I don't remember what it is, but anyways, Katrina Hayward's baby's dad, Mexican dude. So Katrina's mom literally that yells at the Mexican dude. She's like, I know you hurt those kids when they were younger. To protect LaShawn, who was on AK's head. Now, the mom on the ground didn't know that at all, and I don't even know if she read messages or if they were just talking out of her mouth to protect him or not. Because up here doing porn, because they're not really related, they're just by marriage. Anyways, it gets confusing, but the problem here is that it didn't nobody hurt those fucking kids. I mean, I don't know about Anthony Ciaz because he's whatever he isn't, but that Mexican dude didn't hurt those kids, and LaShawn Clumpy didn't hurt those kids neither. Pachenkos. Those kids were not hurt by a fucking white guy or a Mexican. My daughter, Soraya, was never around him neither. So what in the fuck, Rachel Morrow? Just imagine your whole life being truncated. Everything you try to do, you try to apply for a chime card so they can send you money on it, and they just in a loop, in a loop, in a loop, in a loop. I try to make a FBI. I try to make a FBI or whatever. I love FBI. Facebook on my Echelon Mom one. That's 360-566 5979 with a Echelon Secret 7 Services fucking thing. It's Echelon S7S because we know the truth and we are billionaires up here and we don't do drugs and we are, I can't imagine being friends with Japan, right? So it's up here, okay, and we're friends with Japan because Tiffany's on the ground and she had a UE member that was an entity or whatever you want to call it up here. And it's all because of Tiffany on the ground. And it was to keep her alive and a whole bunch of stuff and everything she gave up and what she'd already been through and la la la. It wasn't just her, it was a version of her up here that had to go through it too, okay? And having to sit there and watch Soraya grow up without her mom. And every time Tiffany would come around, she was so happy to see her. And then I can explain to you, but time would just pass. And then they put the stupid fucking thing on her and it just changed everything, man. It changed it. It made her like cold towards her mom and shit. Because he was in her body. They killed the UE member that was watching her, or whoever it was, because they can explain to you. It's because they got cross-hatched up here, dude. You got cross-hatched up here. Nothing, they're all crying, dude. They said, I'm sorry, Tiffany, I didn't mean to set you up backwards. I'm sorry, Tiffany, there's Red Double Boy voice. I'm sorry, Tiffany, I didn't do that either. But they think I know what they're talking about because they don't have a split screen. They're saying, I'm sorry to a different Tiffany. It's not me, it's a guy. DEA, FBI, please, you guys have my fucking back, dude. I'm gonna call you out for being murderers if you don't fucking have my back. And I know I yelled about Cheryl yesterday and I was like, fuck you, Tempe, but I was talking about Anthony Ciaz. I'm talking about the people who are ignoring me. If you're in law enforcement and you can look up the names I'm talking about, okay, you can get a gist about what happened. And I don't know if the William Price had CPS or not, or if he was carrying it, okay? And they said the term mongrels, like, oh, look at those little mongrels, the kids, you know, it's another term for kids or whatever. Anyway, I don't know if that's a motorcycle gang. If it is, I'm sorry. I know it's close to one. But the one that it's close to is not the name that I said. And this was the fucking cop dude that told me that he was carrying CPS charges for fucking somebody named Anthony Ciaz or some other shit. So, no matter how you look at it, it seems like there's a whole bunch of weird shit going on up here. I was not trying to rat nobody out. I was not trying to call anybody out. I was not trying to hurt anybody from Brood or none of that shit. And by the way, once again, okay, a guy named Bootsy or whatever, they convinced him that he pushed kill on Will in jail, thinking that Will, whatever his last name is, he was a tall, angry Brood member, okay? Enemies to Anthony Ciaz, and Anthony Ciaz is the one that knocked it out or whatever for him to get arrested, apparently, and Anthony Ciaz is something different, okay? And apparently they made this Bootsy guy feel like he chose him to get killed in jail. And they greenlit me because they said I lied to him about him hurting his daughter. Oh no, it's really AK who hurt his daughter. And AK's the one that turned him in. And in case someone, whatever, dude. Anthony Ciaz, okay. That's all I'm saying about that. All I'm saying is they were never allowed to tattletale. They were never allowed to rock out to anything else but Tiffany being a gangster down here and standing up for everybody. They've killed gangbangers, they've killed Harley hats, they've killed people not understanding that who they're trying to kill from the fucking sky is not who's under them. Okay? They killed my brother's friend Rebecca, who's underneath Elijah yesterday or something, dude. I don't even know, man. It's just so fucked up. I heard, my best friend Christy Jewell, right? She didn't call me back because something Rachel said, some message or whatever, to go to her son's funeral, and I had no idea about why they hated me. Okay, at that point, I didn't know. I didn't know until December that they said having sex with AK in the tent last summer or whatever gave me a bad name somehow, and it just went along with whatever they kept putting on Tiffany instead of AKCS or whatever. um. Anyway, it's hard to explain what I was gonna say. Oh, so I called Christy to go to her son's funeral because he got a motorcycle accident and friggin' Christy Duel, and she didn't answer the phone. And then they told me she didn't answer the phone because of what Rachel told her, and Rachel told her whatever message she got from Chama, which wasn't Chama, dude. It's these dudes all whatever they do to fucking stick up for themselves. And I still don't know what it is because I never see the messages. My Facebook ain't unlocked. I'm not in here. Whatever it isn't. The Tiffany Sears Facebook, it says right fucking on there. If you read the fucking poems, it says M&R cases with S and Ape. This is not just Tiffany that was set up for this. Rebecca lost her fucking kids in Ohio, dude. She worked for them. I don't know if it was CPS. I don't know if it was FBI. I don't know if it was judge. I don't know if it was parole. I don't know what it was because it was a profile, dude. Anyway, right. Imagine the cops coming to your fucking house when you're a mom and arresting you or giving you something where you have to go to court and you go to court and they're like, we have phone calls and you've been inappropriate or whatever, and they're just going off on you. Imagine if people up here have videos of you running from a house or shooting up Jubal's house because Tiffany seen your face in the video when you didn't. It was somebody else. Just like the Russian down the street from AK's house tried to citizens arrest Tiffany Browning because he, on his security camera, saw Tiffany riding the bike through his fucking backyard, stealing his shit. It wasn't Tiffany, it was Willis Samoan. That was 4.5 years ago after Anthony CSS were going live. There's been people impacted about this shit all over the United States. Anyways, what I was saying is I didn't get to go to my friend's funeral. I haven't talked to my friends, okay? The only people I've talked to is Rachel Jones or whatever her name is, not Rachel Brown, but the other Rachel, and Angela Frick. And now it looks like Angela Frick is the only one who's not blocking me because of either what you guys are doing up here or whatever letters they got in the mail or whatever messages they're getting. Now my son won't reply to me because he's afraid I'm either working with the FBI trying to turn him in because they said I was the one down here okay with him getting a fucking warrant in Portland when I wasn't. I'm sitting here taking charges for him because they set him up for the same thing they set me up for saying it was heat ice them codes up here. Because his sister was never hurt, dude. They literally tried to move it about. I can't explain it, man. They tried to move it from being about Bella and AK, Anthony Ciaz, okay, with that Katrina was with him, to being about Tiffany and her daughter. And instead of trying to punish AK, Ciaz, Peter White up here, named 11, they didn't because they're all on a syndicate list because they didn't actually hurt my daughter or Bella. They didn't. But they're them coded to AK, so they just blame Elijah 11 because he was in jail and he was up in here with somebody else in his body. And they make him write this rap song and all this shit up here to influence the judges and whatever. And he's like, I don't know what he said, dude. Oh no, man. Whatever it was in the rap song was pretty fucked up. But anyway, my son on the ground has no fucking idea about it, but I do because I was sitting here hearing him leaving me a voicemail saying, "How could you say?" And that was 2 years ago. And now they turned it around and made about Tiffany, I think, but I'm not even sure. There's my fucking imaginary boyfriend see-through in my fucking Harley shirt or whatever. And my Ranger shirt. I don't know if people on the ground can see what I've seen, man. I don't know, dude, and if they can, then we are fucked in law enforcement. We're fucked. I literally seen a kid got fucked by a dog. I seen I can't tell you the Morty shit, dude. Anyway, the poem on the Tiffany Cia's Facebook, dude, it says right on there, every single fucking thing that's listed, it's syndicated, but either me or one of the 5 dudes on my chain or one of the other girls on my chain we're all equally responsible for the crimes of the dudes on the ground that did them. We're alternate people that don't like they were born in their body or whatever. I can't explain it, man. But anyways, in here, and it gets really fucking scary when you are attached to a difference and you see a difference and you get like a see you telling on them or whatever. And it's just fucking scary. Fuck. So they'll try to kill you in here or set you up faster or whatever. And some people have been in here way longer than us, and it's just crazy. But anyway, the fucking poem on that fucking Facebook. There's 2 of them. Okay. And it says my fan's been executed by D and Killer OG. My baby girl was in here, so or whatever. Slapped with spoons and even worse, loose in the fist. Like my mom used to whoop my ass when I was little with spoons and switches and shit. You know, it was not child abuse in my mind, but I guess it was in theirs. But they have to relive traumatizing shit. So like, it's just I can't explain it. That was part of it. And then Lucinda Fist was this fucking evil fucking dude, with in Lucian / Amanda's body, and they would go up and smash girls out, like just beat the fuck out of them. And over here, you got the UE people that are in my body with the kids in their body or whatever, and they all get beat up and bruised, just like when I fucking got stung by a bee down here. 4 other people got stung. Just like when I get hives down here, my mom got them, and so did Ema. Like, I can't even explain to you about how my lip got fucking stung by a scorpion, and it's fucking, like, since I'm the only one who fucking so when you kill one person on the ground, it's killing other people too. That's why I'm afraid to take the stronger pills, because I don't want it to brain disconnect these people and kill them. Because that's what the pill does up here. And there's a poison like strychnine or something that they put in the line. And they also said they gave me the Chinese cocktail so that I can't be an FBI agent or whatever they said. I'm like, dude, how can you even say FBI agent? This shit ain't FBI. This is fucking the scallywag level of this stupid game. It's like torture to the highest degree, dude. It's like I can't even explain to you how fucked up it is. I can have 3 people in my body at once. I can feel 3 different heartbeats. I went to my doctor's appointment, and Levin was in my body who has failing kidneys and a failing urethra. He's bleeding out of his pee hole up here. I have another girl attached to me who had a tampon in. She's bleeding out of her pee hole up here, and I'm bleeding out of my pee hole. We all have failing kidneys, so they're supposed to replace my kidneys, whatever this is, or whatever it isn't. Anyway, the poem on there says M&R cases with S and Ape. That's not murder and robbery, dude. It's AK's first child abuse charge. Whatever it is or isn't. MOLE, mole case with S. Mole case with S. M&R cases. It's M&R cases with S. And Ape. RAPE. Because there was a rapist in here too, because they said I was raped. Or maybe it was somebody else, because I don't even know if I was raped or not. This is so fucked up. Because I have a memory of being pretty drunk or fucked up or something, and somebody leaving the room and it turning into somebody different. I don't even know my memory if it was just up here. I was sober over 2.5 years. I've been clean and sober for 2.5 years. I've literally only done crank recently because, well, hanging out with people that know about the game makes me feel a little bit better because they all did crank and like Katrina, you know, and or whoever, and like a man, Amy Young from Arizona, she was visiting, and Teresa, whatever her name is, was somebody else died in Francisco. What? Veronica's husband? Yeah, yesterday, or version thereof. Polito, or a different one in Mexico named that. Didn't you say Eva's husband's brother died recently? I think so. Okay, I'm gonna send this video to the CIA. They're saying hopefully I can get it to them. Okay, so I'm gonna stop the tape. I'm Tiffany Browning at Tiffany Browning -U090Q. Tiffany Browning at Tiffany Browning -U090Q live tab. Okay, there's some inappropriate shit being said out of my mouth, but I'm definitely telling the truth. And if you don't mind, I'm gonna say my poem really quick. It's called Live for Today, Never Tomorrow. Give unto others should they ask you to borrow. Pull the sun from inside with all of your might and shine unto others with the glorious light. For there is nothing like sharing the gift of love that was sent from the one in the heavens above. Live tab. Give to those who love and never forsake you. That was a missing tooth. That's okay. Only then will you see where honor can take you. Real friendship, happiness, and love will never come to be until truth, respect, and honor are the keys that set you free. Once this is done, you will start to comprehend that what you do comes back to you until the very end. So throw away your anger and break down your wall of pride and give the world the greatest gift which you have kept inside. Heal a broken heart and put a smile on someone's face, for the feeling that someone truly cares can never be erased. No way. Callahan's wife didn't die, right? No, she's gonna die of happiness, I think, because she's got it back down here. Okay. By Tiffany Brooks Browning, and I wrote that when I was pregnant with my first son, Elijah Jimenez, who's still my baby dude, and like I would do anything for him, and I don't want him to go to prison. And anyway, he didn't hurt his fucking sister, and neither did Bella's brother Pachenko hurt her either, because I guess that was also an accusation, pinging off of whatever or something, because they were looking through the wrong eyes, just like how they came down here and I heard him say, "Sal, stop looking at Soraya's Chinese best friend through her eyes," and I'm like, that's not fucking Sal. He ain't fucking in here. They're using his brain stems illegally. Like, that's not my fucking ex being a pervert. Okay, that's somebody else trying to figure something out. They came down here and said London Fog. They're like, he's got a statutory rape charge. I'm all, no, he didn't. That's not him having sex with Rachel or anybody else either. That looks like he's having sex with their daughter. Okay, that's not our people. That's not, and they weren't saying it goes on his fucking thing either, because this didn't fucking happen in real life. You're pinging wrong. Pinging wrong. Unless it was an Anthony Cias thing that they got re-brought up. But anyways, okay, so I'm gonna send this to the fucking thing. My phone number is 360-566-5979. Will you please FBI my signal, dude? Will you FBI my signal? Will you kick these people off? They're stopping me from making a Facebook that's just for you guys, to where I can make, it'll be private, so only you guys, if I invite you to be my friend, only you guys in law enforcement would see it, and you can just delete it or whatever. Of course I wouldn't, whatever, blow any of you out of the water out loud, but it's better than having to put certain things on my Facebook where my family can see it and they're like, what the fuck? That doesn't make sense. Like, why would she say that? You know what I mean? Or maybe it's embarrassing for somebody or whatever else. But the fact is that I know things that happen before they happen sometimes, and you might be able to stop them. But there's too many fucking people in the way trying to take credit up here, over there, whatever. And, it doesn't help. So anyway, I need my money, dude. It's the way we solve criminal activity, for one, up here. Like, we can watch a news channel and see if it happened recently. If we're lucky, we can get in there. It's illegal. It's definitely illegal, okay? But it's legal overseas. But anyways, they're trying to fix the connections all across the United States and otherwise. They said I'm not a CIA agent, but I'm working under the CIA in Washington State, just like I've been saying for 2.5 years. It's just I didn't want them to tell on anybody through me. And there was a situation in here that is CIA business, sort of, or FBI, but, capital murder and syndicate, which is where they fucking kill more than 10 people up here that can kill people on the ground or whatever. And it's fucked up because it's what they've done, because they won't have my back behind my back on the ground and give me my back behind my ground, whatever it isn't, you know what I'm saying? You, okay, so I love you, CIA, and I love you, FBI, that sticks up for all moms, not just one because she doesn't have STDs or whatever the fuck these people keep saying over here. Every single person that was in here legally, every single girl, Katrina Hayward, Amanda Tessie, everybody has slept with Anthony Cias, so they all have them. You were never allowed to be connected to Washington State girls
and act like they're better than Tiffany or anybody over there when they've never lived this life. Tiffany was put in this life on accident. She didn't deserve it whatsoever. It's just what happened. And when she was ballsy enough and gangster enough to get the fuck away from it, cut it off cold turkey, she stopped using needles, she stopped using crank, she stopped using alcohol, and she quit smoking cigarettes for us. By herself with nobody. She didn't have a best friend doing it with her. She did it by herself. Now you guys want to hate Tiffany? She's the one that kept all these people looking clean and sober that did drugs on the ground. She's the one that kept all these UE able to keep their fucking jobs in the FBI that were doing the investigations. Help me. Dude, every single Tiffany143458 Gmail says, please be a part of my deity group. La 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 la. I need help. Every single thing on my Tiffany, my YouTube channel, Tiffany Browning at Tiffany Browning -090Q. Click the live tab. Every single fucking thing in there says it's either kind of threatening or it's like, help, FBI in both states, please help, blah blah. It's like, I don't know. But anyway, nobody else on the ground. You might be seeing reports from other people. They don't know on the ground what's really going on because is it on the ground? It's not on the ground. Okay? I'm on the ground. There is nobody else on the ground that I'm aware of that knows what the fuck is going on except maybe the evil fake law. Or maybe it is the real law that doesn't know that we're backwards scanned in. So just because you see this doesn't mean it was me who did it. It was somebody else. Okay? Or else Lawyer Dan wouldn't have died. Adam Dyer wouldn't have died. This girl's son wouldn't have died. My friend Ashley's son wouldn't have died. Buddy the dog probably would have died because it was schizophrenic, biting everybody up here. Schizophrenic with other people in his brainstem. It literally had 5 different people in his brainstem. So the dog would see me, but the dog, when I'm looking at the dog's looking at me, right? The dog's looking through my eyes at the person up here or something, or I can't explain it. But anyway, I'm not a danger to society by looking at people to bring them in here. It just has to be governed by somebody, okay? But anyway, so the dog would try to bite Tiffany because the dog is mad at the person on my head, just like the person that was in my body was mad at my mom, but really the person on my mom's head. You see what I'm saying? So these people up here are causing problems for people on the ground for no reason. Like, they don't understand that this isn't real necessarily. Help me help our country not be called the fuck out by Japan or Sweden. Because I contacted Japan and Sweden in the echelon and sent them the same message that I sent to Interpol about how we can put on their bodies and shower them with love to solve these cases or whatever, or espionage it up or whatever we need to do to keep the peace in the bad countries. People are paying attention. I'm not what you don't think. I'm a good fucking person. I've never been in trouble. You don't have to pay Rachel. You don't have to pay Tony. You don't have to pay anybody in the United States that you don't want to pay because they don't know on the ground shit. You can erase their brain cells dead in their player if you're worried about it. But not my girls because I know who my girls are. The second I keep bringing them back up, Rachel, Katie, Stella, Rebecca, Celeste, Amanda Tessie, fucking Katrina Hayward, Katrina Hayward's mom, Shelly. There's 2 more. Cynthia from Secret Service, a version thereof, and a profile, and Aubrey from FBI Portland. Washington State. Those are some bad bitches right there. Altogether, they're the force to be reckoned with because not only do they have compassion, but they have the availability to send virtual messages up here to other people, and they can cock their thing back, and they can shoot messages straight the fuck up there because they do have sidewinders that I have on the ground, but I can't use because I'm not in there and I don't have a power source. And I can't see anybody from where I'm at. Bicycle. I need a car. I'm dying. There's lawsuits coming to certain fucking families or whatever this is up here. You better take the money back the fuck out of Rachel and fucking Tana's account or whoever this is and this one and this one and this one. You're not allowed to pay off people in here because you're too afraid to give it to Tiffany because you set her up in the first place and lose your FBI job or your narc job or whatever it is in Portland. It ain't fucking Washington State, I don't think. Anyway, help please. Thank you.